Non-timer one starts.
So now the point I have is the topic of watching today's world. What has not been defined is what is today's. How long does today mean? Modern time, post-modern time? Are we looking at last 40 years, 20 years, 50 years? So actually it's a very nebulous way to put the debate. Hunger strike. It has not been defined what kind of hunger strike. There are many types of hunger strikes. Nirjala Upavas, strike unto death, right? So this actually আমি যখন আজ সকালবেলাতে ভাবছিলাম as the Rashma. It brought me back to about 35 years when I started in PGI. And I was told by my professors before we started the MD thesis. There was a German philosopher called Immanuel Kant. I'm sure a lot of you know. So Kant had mentioned there was a German term called open Fragen, as in it's an open debate. So you cannot have a debate when the topic is very open. So that's my first point. So you should have thought about a bit more. Right.
Okay, we'll start the time now, Sudipta. Ready?
বুঝতে পারছেন? কি মুশকিল, আমি সকালবেলা 2 ঘন্টা। আচ্ছা, সবচেয়ে মজার কথা একটু আগে বলছি, কালকে সন্ধ্যাবেলাতে অনেকে এখানে শান্তনু বাড়িতে গেছিল ম্যানচেস্টার। আমাদের যাওয়ার কথা ছিল, জয়িতার ফোনে দোলার জন্য যেতে পারিনি। তো আজ সকালবেলাতে আমাদের একটা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপ আছে, আমি যোগ পাঠাই। জয়িতা তুমি যোগ পাঠানো বন্ধ করো, প্রিপেয়ার করো, ডিবেট আছে তো। অনেস্টলি তা আমার দাঁড়া, ডিবেট প্রিপেয়ার করতে হবে। তাকে গুগল করে দেখি, তুমি গুগল করবে, তোমার অপোনেন্ট অলরেডি চ্যাটজিপিটি থেকে নামিয়ে দিয়েছে সব। হ্যাঁ, তখন আমাকে খুঁজে বার করতে হবে, সত্যি একদম মিথ্যে বাজে কথা বলছি না। তো আমাকে তখন ভাবতে হলো যে কী দেখবো তখন। So I think, so I thought about my MD days. So how do you get to a debate or create a topic for MD thesis? So you have to have data. So as I'm talking about not having in favor of emotion.
Your time starts now.
Right. So because it has not been defined, so I will go back about 45 years, 1980. Why? Because in 1981, in this country, we had a long hunger strike which failed by an IRA prisoner, right? Somebody's nodding the head. He died after 66 days. He tried to change the government, British government rule. Next person is a very famous labor leader of US, Cesar Chavez, 1988. He died after 36 days of hunger strike because he tried to change the farm laws. যেটা এখন লড়াই চলছে আমেরিকায়। 2015, right? The Israelis brought a law that you cannot, against the Palestinian prisoners, that you cannot do hunger strike. They brought a law, so they were force feeding them. Okay? Guantanamo Bay, 200 prisoners went on hunger strike. Did they achieve anything? No. 2021, Alex Navalny, he took hunger strike for 14 days to change the Russian view. Did he? No. He was killed. So we are talking about the junior doctors hunger strike now. What you guys probably have forgotten that this year, another very famous person did a 15-day hunger strike. Sonam Wangchuk. He was trying to change Modi's views about Ladakh. So these are the evidence of how hunger strike doesn't work nowadays. So the question is why? Why does it not work? My view is that in this world, where you have so much of social media, people can't focus on attention. You are bombarded with information everywhere. So maybe the junior doctors in Kolkata were doing hunger strike. We are Bengali, so we know, and I'm interested. Bakira ki hol? ওয়াংচুকের জায়গায় ওয়াংচুকের উপরে জানতো, আমরা জানতাম না, রাইট? Look at the people who have failed in the hunger strike in the last 40 years. Who have done the strike against? So if you do a hunger strike against an authoritarian regime, you will not change the views, right? The people will end up dying. I'm sure Soman will talk about very famous people who did and succeed hunger striking. Anna Hazare did in 2011, right? But that's the exception, I think. পড়েছি, গুগল করেছি, 2 ঘন্টা গুগল করেছি, right? So authoritarian regime কাজ করে না. Hunger strike causes health problem, right? So people that end up dying, you lose your, so it doesn't work. There are many other ways in the modern day